5 days have passed since the initial meeting with the demon Raziel so far, and the group is split into different directions. Graviel left with Anatoly. Leander accompanied Viktor to the prison, while Moses and Sir Umber struck out on their own. Graviel endured mental torture and conditioning from Anatoly during his week with him. Graviel discovered something deep inside him, a need to be the savior of humanity. By what means? Well, destroying some of them might be more liberating than letting their lives become more miserable than they already are. Moses attempted to let the church know about the demon and to salt the door with the help of his retainer Henry. Sir Umber unfortunately quashed Moses' plans of this and advised the church to instead wait. He has also used Leander's name, sprinkling it here and there, so Moses does not label himself in the plans he has started. In the meantime, the demon Raziel journeyed to Viktor and Leander's new home at the prison. There, she started setting up the casks to breed a new era of gargoyles. Sir Bernard made a surprise return. As he ended joining Raziel's side, ex-Sheriff Galloway made a surprise visit also to the prison, after he was told by Moses to use the space as his new home. He was then taken inside the castle and swiftly dealt with at Sir Bernard's hands. Leander seemed to be riding the tide, just trying to survive in the moment. Sir Umber was fairly busy in these last 5 days, from making meeting plans with the Tremere to planning the demise of the demon of the church. He has a lot on his plate. Conspiring with the Templar known as Alexander Anderson, they went over the ritual book together. They still need more information on defeating the demon, but they're getting closer and closer to a solution. Welcome to Vampire Dark Ages. And tonight, we are joined, of course, with Viktor, played by Ghost, Moses, played by Tet, Leander, played by Demi, and Sir William Umber, played by Sim. And this evening, Sir Umber is ventured to the prison to invite Viktor and Leander to see Moses. Now they are on their way back to Moses' sheriff estate, leaving Raziel and Sir Bernard behind. And you see the camera pan actually to the outside of Moses' new home. And at kind of the foot of the walkway, we see the three kindred walking up together. And I will let the three of you outside take it away, if you would like.
I'm sure Moses will be glad to see you.
I'm not so sure. Looking at the sheriff's new estate, he begins to question mentally. Viktor does the loyalty of his former comrade.
What makes you so unsure? You guys seem on good terms before.
He did not have a castle, and I did not make a deal with the demon.
True.
Well, maybe we should take a look inside then.
Yes, let's get this over with.
And with that, the three of you approach the large doors of Moses' new home. And Moses inside, you hear the Oop, you hear the loud knocks of the three outside.
Well, someone get it.
You know that at the moment Henry is not there. He is elsewhere on your behest. Unless you have other servants.
What is the point of having a place like this if I must enter my own door? Stands up. Walks towards the door. There's a slight clink in his step. He's underneath his cape. He wears something he has not worn often. He comes to the door and pulls it open roughly.
Sheriff, how about your gargoyle friend?
I see. And his friend, this one, Leander. Welcome to my new home.
See, being sheriff has its perks. You just kind of walk in and look around.
Oh, very fanciful, yes. Come. My friends are not here, so I will see you to the parlor. I think it's this way. He kind of looks down the hallway, kind of confused of where he needs to go, or appears so. Ah, yes. I believe it is this way. Please, follow me, follow me.
Still learning the layout, huh?
Indeed.
This is quite the place you have here. To be honest, I am a bit jealous.
Oh. Would you like to serve under my employ, Leander, as a deputy?
Oh, I am flattered, but maybe that is a talk for another time. Let us take a better look, no?
Very well. Come, we have other things to discuss, do we not, my beastman friend?
Yes, we do. Gets
Well
to walk
then.
down the hall.
Let us not delay.
So you all make your way to the parlor. And so fairly opulent in there, kind of Sheriff Galloway has actually kept this place up fairly well, and not sure if you've changed anything about it so far since you're still learning the place, Moses, but still fairly fanciful even for a Bruja. For sure.
Yeah, he's pretty much in wonder of this place so far. Walks in, extends his hand. Ah, the parlor. Please, please. And he walks over and grabs a decanter full of warm blood and kind of shoves it over towards Sir Umber. Here, deputy, serve our guests.
With pleasure. And I'll go around and pass some blood out to everybody.
Yeah, Victor would let Leander take whatever he would take. I know he's not there, but take whatever he would take, and then
Were we getting drinks?
yes,
Yeah, I just passed out some blood.
decanter of blood.
Oh, thank you for your hospitality. Take a nice little, my fair share.
Of course.
It gets to Victor. Victor will look at it and then grab the decanter and just kind of waterfall it a bit from the decanter itself, and then hand it back to the deputy. Better when it is fresh from the kill, but thank you nonetheless.
And place the decanter back where it belongs.
Very well. Good, good, good. What kind of host would I be if I did not offer you something? He kind of scratches his chin. Sit. I'll stand. I will sit. He kind of slumps in the chair there behind the table. And his cloak kind of opens and Shetty's wearing a set of ornate chainmail armor. He kind of picks at it. The armory. Fancy weapons, fancy clothes. But enough of that. So, Beastman, what have you been doing in your new home?
Preparing to take everything else as my home.
I see. Well, I wonder. Do you remember the promise I told you on the top of the roof that time? That I would help you destroy the Tremere?
Yes, I do recall it.
I have every intention of helping you, but as you know, I do have some reservations about this pact you have entered in. What is this skill or power that she has given you?
Well, there are many facets to explain. One I can show you right away. Tell me, how much do you care for this chair?
Well, that is my favorite chair in the room. How about this chair? Points to the stool by the piano.
Turn and go ahead and use what is that level 1? Let me get the level 1 ability for the
Is it Tormented Essence?
yes, that's what the one I said here.
Yes, 209. Yeah, so it's basically a green ball of flame.
So yeah, I'll use that and it's do you want me to roll for anything or you're just gonna RP this one?
Oh, just RPA, describe what happens.
So Victor turns half turn with one of his palms, his hands extended, and his eyes flicker a bit with green light, and this power begins to coalesce at the end of his fingertips. It's black mass, and then he just this bolt of flame flies across and just strikes the chair, cindering it.
Well, that is impressive. Very, very straightforward. I like it. But
There's more.
yes, please. I would love to understand your newfound powers, my friend.
I am to have a family.
What sort of family?
My own bloodline. Just like me.
Smiles.
And how would that happen?
Kind of turns and walks a bit.
By the grace of the demon, of course.
Grace. I wonders, what is her price? That she remains free, or something else? What must you give her?
She has asked nothing, not beyond what I had already given her, which was freedom from that place.
Oh, freedom. Where is she now?
Under my protection.
I see. She was saying that she enjoyed that place that she was before. I did not expect her to leave.
It may be that she is still there, or she may be elsewhere. I am not her keeper, merely a protector.
I see. Well, how is the prison suiting you these days? I did send you a gift.
Yes, one that we enjoyed splattering against the walls. The prison lacks corpses for my taste, but in a short time I'm sure we will remedy that situation.
Yes, I am sure. Well, I did wish to ask you more, but I think it is, well, time to, as they say, put my chips on the table. And he kind of looks to see if that's the correct term. 1 second.
Just click your token.
Yeah, I don't have access to it.
What? Sorry, 1 sec.
Oh, oops. I got it anyway.
Oh,
No
okay.
pull on. 1 success.
I'm about to. Just trying to. There we go. Okay. I still have a -2 to dice rolls, don't I? From Mr. Shit.
Actually, no, you don't. It was only like a day, but you still experience.
I
his
think
ill
he
effects.
is. Oh.
Oh yeah,
okay.
you just experience more ill effects, just more RP related. Then. Then did you figure it out?
What's okay? See here. Oh.
Oh, explodey.
It's
Nope.
one.
All right. None of you noticed anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, so he kind of leans back and says, well, here it is then. I wonder what I will get if I help you. I wish to, certainly, but I have this fancy chair.
I see. So, you wish to bargain? Is that what this is? See
Well,
what you could get from me?
it is not necessarily from you. This demon, I do not trust her to uphold her word.
If I can be frank, brother, the demon is not your concern, it is mine, and those who cross her.
Well, I see. I do not know that she does not have some other ulterior motive, and that she might be the death of all of us. In one way or another. No demon gives their services for free. This is what I have heard. What do you think, Sir Umber?
Just when you turn to actually acknowledge Sir Umber, you see that he is not in the room with you anymore.
What? Where did Sir Umber go? Leander, did you see him?
I cannot say that I have. Maybe he stepped out for a moment.
Apparently. Would you go see if you could find him? Hurriedly, perhaps? I do not like people disappearing when I am talking about things so important.
I could wander around your new abode, but I fear I do not know my way.
That makes two of us. Please go find him.
Okay, I can understand when you wanted me to leave the room. You could have just said so. Now get up and begin heading.
I do wish to find him, not to see you go necessarily.
So Leander, you're... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just exiting the room. I guess in pursuit. We're just tracking him.
So you're attempting to find Sir Umber. Are you just looking all over the house?
I mean, I'm gonna go where he most likely would have went, you know? There's like a dark corridor, no lights or doors, if I can head down that way, you know? Yeah.
Sure. Yes, Sim, by the way. Yeah, so you head down some corridors and everything. You don't see any sign of Sir Umber. Do you go into any rooms at all, or you just continue just kind of go down general places?
Oh
and
no,
try
I'm
to
not
follow?
really too invested in this search.
Yeah, you search for a few minutes. You don't see any signs of Sir Umber anywhere within the abode.
Yeah, after getting my good look over, gonna try heading back to the room. Yeah, I guess I'll just return and, I'm afraid I could not find him.
When you come back in, he's just kind of sitting there with his hands in his lap. Yes, I see that. Very well. Excuse me, gentlemen. Please remain here while I see if I can find my former deputy.
So Moses, you are also searching the
Yeah, I'm gonna go
building,
out,
or-
but I have a specific place I want to search. I'm gonna whisper you that.
Okay.
Guess I'll start chatting it up with Victor once Moses leaves the room.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of your friend?
Yeah, when Moses leaves the room, Victor would actually stand closer to Leander.
I have some concerns. He was asking many questions. It is unlike him to ask so many questions about things like this. I fear this power, this station has made him compliant.
I see. Well, he did mention, perhaps out of courtesy, but if he is serious, offering me a position at his side. And if you recall our conversation from earlier, I can be your eyes.
Yes, do that. If he approaches you for this position, which it appears is now open, then take it.
As you wish. I shall be sure to bring it up further along in our conversation at some point. And, honestly, I will play it by ear.
If tonight goes worse in the combative sense, we will flee. Though I don't expect him to be so open with that. His new position requires him to have tact, which he does have. I am not sure who he sides with just yet.
I see. We should make some arrangements for reporting my findings. What would be most convenient?
You have reliable ghouls.
Real quick, is that true? Do I have any resources like that?
So just let you know, Ravnos, they're more particular about their rules. They only really support Romani, kind of being their followers and such. Because like how high of a path you are on, you're not a big believer in having retainers. You might be grooming someone to maybe become one of your childer, so you're going to turn them into a vampire eventually. So you probably will have maybe a couple like that. So yes, you would have someone who can kind of do your bidding, if you wish. They'd also be gypsies.
That will work for me, though my manpower is thin. So I will make sure to make every report count.
Good. Just one reliable soul who does not piss themselves at my visage will be fine.
I will be sure to forewarn them.
Excellent.
I also trust that you will take care of my things.
Yes. Your home is my home after all. Your things will be safe.
Good. You can think of it as a collateral should you ever doubt me. I'm very particular about my belongings.
I do not doubt you. As far as who I place my trust in the most at this time, it is the demon and you.
I am honestly flattered at that one. Well then, perhaps we should stop talking about this for the time being. We do not know when he will return.
I do not know what walls have ears.
I'm done with this convo. I'll just chill.
Until Moses comes back. Whenever you wish to come back.
Yep. He walks back into the room, kind of frowning. Well, I cannot find him. I do not know what he is up to. I wonder if he might report our conversation to someone more important. The prince or the seneschal. I do not like it.
It sounds problematic.
Yes, problematic indeed. I wonder, Beastman, you are likely the greatest hunter of us all. Perhaps you should go search of him.
Do you know where it is he makes roost?
I
His
do
home.
not. I had never met him until yesterday.
I can see. Does he have any effects? Anything he left here I might use to trace him?
Perhaps the glass that he drank from? Or were we just pouring it out of the...
No, I mean, you guys would have had goblets.
Yeah, look around for that glass or goblet.
So you take the goblet and you're like smelling it to try and track it?
Yeah, to get. I mean, because we have nothing else to really.
Oh yeah, of course. So give me... Is there kind of... Don't have aspects to smell or anything. I'll give you a perception plus Actually, no, intelligence plus awareness because you're trying to track it. Because you don't have really any aspects or anything to smell it with, or animal can, I'm gonna say a difficulty 8. The more successes you get, the like higher attuned your sensory abilities are going to be in tracking Sir Umber.
Nope.
Yeah, so you smell it, and the smell kind of fills your nose, and it's a bit overwhelming to a point where it actually hurts. Just because of the mix of blood, kind of the mix of another kindred smell being there. But it kind of overloads your senses, and you're unable to get a clear gauge of where he is.
The deputy wears too much perfume.
Just throw the goblin on the ground.
Unfortunate.
I have no clue where this fool could have gone.
I will see what I can find. But before I go, I have a present for you, Beastman. You see, there are 4 Trunamir in this building currently, waiting in a room for me to decide what to do. If you wish, you may dispose of them, set the building on fire, chain their door. I do not care. I made a promise and I will keep it.
And where are these Tremere?
Oh, they are down the hall. The door on your right.
I think I will go and take you up on that offer.
Very well. They likely know that I invited them here, and so I must ask you to damage my estate. He kind of sighs. I will be taking this chair, however. He walks over to the chair and grabs the arm and begins walking towards the door with it.
And then Victor will flip over some tables, crash, throw the chair over, and kind of look at Leander expectantly for him to do some property damage.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna give it a good look over. Try to make it artsy, like a scene. Yeah. Very, methodically tipping shit over.
Yeah. Moses has almost a very sad frown on his face as he watches you destroy his new property. And he just exits the room, and he'll exit the building.
So, Tet, I'd like you to roll me 1d10 real quick. Alright. So, oh, perfect. So the two of you, Leander and Victor, are trashing the room, trying to make it look like a crime scene, kind of tearing things apart, definitely looking like someone came in here. Are you making it look like anything staged in particular, an assault, just someone tossing things to try and find something?
No, I want to stage an assault, you know, maybe an escape.
Okay. So breaking windows, tipping chairs over, maybe like jumping on the desk, kicking stuff off to make it look like someone jumped up there, that kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe if a few things go missing too, it's fine.
Perfect. So you take some things, put in your pockets, whatever you want really, some watches, some maybe sensitive documents regarding kind of like the courtly activities, since this was the sheriff's parlor after all. Maybe I'll send you some stuff on what you got. Now, Moses, as you're exiting the building with your chair in tow, you actually see out of the corner of your eye, you kind of almost, if you're a bit hastier, you might have bumped into him, but you actually see Sir Umber strolling down the halls as well.
Oh, I stop immediately. Sir Umber, where did you get off to? Very sneaky, very quiet.
Well, I figured that conversation didn't need me teetering on, so I decided to kind of take my leave, and I was gonna come back, but then I got lost in your estate. It's pretty big.
What are you doing? The beastman told me he had a slip of the tongue. Indicated that the demon had left.
Demon has left where?
Her tavern, if you would say.
Yes. She is currently at his abode prison.
What games are you playing, Sir Umber? I do not like games.
Well, one could wonder the same about you, sir. Sure enough.
I play no games.
Well, we should be able to talk. I'm expecting that there's now not a good time, no, huh?
I think it is a very good time. He looks around. If there's no one in the hallway.
Well, shall we have a walk and talk so we don't get caught up in whatever ruckus you started inside your own estate? I could hear some crashing going on.
Very well. Begin talking, Sir Umber.
So as he's walking next to him. So the Leander's man, he gets around quite frequently, huh? Kind of giving a little smirk.
I do not know what you're talking about.
Well, just by the pure coincidence that his man answered your door when I came here today. Happens probably to see the same man going around disseminating information about said demon to certain individual.
What is your point?
Perhaps we are playing the same game.
And what game is that?
Well, I'm assuming that you are wary of this demon.
Very much so, yes.
As am I. As far as your gargoyle friend, I have no quarrel with him wanting to kill some Tamir. I am just very wary about the demon and her power.
And what are you doing about it besides sneaking out and walking around my halls where I cannot find you?
Talking to the sheriff about it.
Before this, when you left, where did you go?
All that, I wanted to discover some information. It seems like there wasn't much to discover though, because somebody's a step ahead of me.
What did you try to find?
What those Templars knew about the demon.
What did they know?
Well, that I didn't know. They were gone. You said a man came to them. The nun said she provided some information and they left.
I see.
Kinda makes me a little suspicious. Maybe it was the same man they had earlier that was saying they were Leander's man. In reality, he was really your door answerer.
What does that matter to you if you are trying to ascertain the danger of the demon?
Again, it's just weird things that I see, wondered about. Makes no point in now because I just got the feeling that we might be on the same path with this demon.
Very, very well. I should put you to work then.
Alright. I'm all the ears.
Yeah, one second, I gotta roll something.
Mm-hmm. Well, you get to reroll that. Actually, no, you don't get to
No,
reroll
'cause
that
I
10 to
got a
1
one.
to cancel out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cease, you definitely hear that window smash.
If I hear the window smash, I kind of rush back to the room and look inside with with his chair in his hand. What is going on?
Yeah, Victor is gone. It is just Leander in there.
I'll look up and like, well, you told us to make this scene, eh?
Where has the Buddhist man went? He is supposed to deal with these Tremere.
Yeah. Did not say anything, but, he wishes for me to take note of them? Perhaps for a future moment. Something pressing may have come to him, something he may have forgotten. I am not so sure.
What Demir is he speaking of?
The Tremere I have invited to my house. Leander, please leave. You too, Sir Umber. The time is past.
As you say.
If you would, I would like to have one final conversation with you. Preferably private.
Can it wait? I have men I must speak to. They are growing irritated.
Perhaps you wish to bring me along? Say I'm your deputy.
You are not my deputy. I do not wish to bring you to the Tremere. I wish to speak to them myself.
Very well.
If you wish to wait here, after this damage for no reason now, then I will speak to you after.
I'll take a look around the room. Well, I have nowhere to be, so
Or,
take a seat.
if you wish, I can meet you back at the prison. It is your choice.
I choose to stay here for now, if you do not mind.
Very well. Enjoy yourself in this mess.
Well, my sheriff would perhaps you should make him empty it out his pockets first. The gypsy is kind of handsy. Since you plan on staying here apparently, and
I am not worried about trinkets. Excuse me. And he walks out.
So, while you are, the two of you are leaving Leander and Sir Umber and Moses, you are going off to speak with a Tremere. Give me one moment. So Victor is flying rapidly to the prison, and Victor, once you kind of get the prison on the horizon, even before seeing it, you can actually see smoke billowing up from the building. And
Oh, that
as
does double his efforts as soon as he sees that.
as you go faster and faster, attempting to get to the prison as fast as possible, by the time you arrive, it is about half of it is up in flames, and you actually hear on the inside of the office kind of this clashing and slashing noises that are going on. Sounds like there's some sort of battle. It's kind of coming to a close.
I would smash through the doors at that point if they weren't already open.
Yeah, you smash through the doors and make your way kind of back up to your office. And what you see inside looks like an absolute horror show. So you see kind of at different corners of the room these... one human that you've never seen before, kind of this blondish hair, just with this basically torn apart, his basically his torso just asunder. All the casks that contained kind of your children are burning right now, and one of them's tipped over, and you can actually see kind of this almost partially matured kind of fetus of a gargoyle just spilled out onto the floor, dead. Then you see the other two, you recognize them, you saw them in the alleyway, and again their bodies are kind of splayed on the floor. One of them's kind of broken in half, kind of the guts are spewed all over the floor and just kind of trailing, connecting the top half to the lower half, while the other one's missing his head. His head's kind of rolled into the middle here, just with this expression of shock and horror. And you see an ash pile, which you can probably only assume is Sir Bernard, at one of the ends of the room. And at the very end, you see these fairly two weak figures. You don't recognize either of them, as you haven't seen it. One of them looks to be kind of a human, and he's wielding a very large sword, kind of fighting this absolute monstrosity. Just looks like this absolute beast of a demon, almost. You've never seen anything like it. Standing there, and both of them fairly weak, and it looks like the human is attempting to expel this demon and try and destroy it. You kind of arrive just at the point where both of them, basically it's anyone's kind of game at this point, as both of them are extremely weak. Both of them look to be about to fall.
I will just immediately fly directly, because I'm a monster. I know what monsters look like. So I mean, I can only assume this is something that is of my allegiance, an ally to me. And I know that this person, I imagine I can see the symbols and things like that on this person's clothing. Immediately, just in a rage, fly straight towards them, teeth bared.
So, just really quick, just make me have a strength and brawl. And he's not going to, and it's difficulty 7. He's not going to expect you at all. So he's going to attempt to dodge, but it's going to be much more difficult for him. Yeah, even with kind of that failure there, you do tackle him, and if you want to describe to me how that looks, he's on his last legs, this one here, Alexander.
Tackle to the ground, roll around a bit, hands pinning down his shoulders.
Who are you? What have you done?
And he looks to you, this haggard man. There's blood on his face. There's this cut over one of his eyes. It looks like a claw mark from whatever the demon is there. And he looks at you with almost this defiance, even though he's pinned underneath you. There's no hope for him. He gives a smile towards you. I am Alexander Anderson, and I have come here to destroy your charge.
Well then, Anderson, you have failed, as they will be born again and rise from these ashes on top of your corpse.
And I will jam my thumbs into his eyes.
And he kind of screams and just and screaming in pain while kind of the creature is very bloodied, very weakened, kind of looks to you almost approvingly and kind of heaves itself up from the ground as Alexander's screaming and screaming on the floor as you're kind of burying your fingers into his eye sockets. And it kind of makes its way over to you as you crush Alexander's skull like it was nothing, and the creature... One moment. Kind of forms back into who you know as Raziel. And again, she looks fairly weak. She stands there kind of beside you as you kill this Templar. And there's a slight smile on your face. You came just in time. Thank you.
Victor just sighs deeply and walks over to the vats that are burning and sees the half-dead gargoyle on the floor and just kind of looks at it all solemnly.
Unfortunately, we were unable to save them. It looked like they had the book or some sort of knowledge of it.
Is it still in their possession?
I am not sure. One of them, before Sir Bernard died, he ended up getting a name out of him before he ripped off his head.
And Raziel looks... the kind of smile drops from her face, and she looks to you with arms crossed, kind of brushing her hair back slightly, the blood from the battle kind of matting it.
Apparently, Leander has been busy.
His head twitches at that and he...
What?
And kind of takes a deep kind of inhale of breath.
Yes. Apparently, Leander told these men where I was.
And he just kind of stands there for a minute and starts walking around and throwing over anything that is around him that is not burned or destroyed. The globe here, flips the chest up, pulls down these candle, anything from the walls, and tears it down. knocking bits of stone away, just anything to let out frustration. And then when it is all done, calms a moment, and then standing over the casks once again, takes his claws and rakes just under his eyes on his cheeks, just very slightly, so that blood begins to drip as if it were dripping from his eyes. It hits the ground near his destroyed children.
I am sorry, Victor. We can make more.
But we should not have to. I cannot even weep tears for these unborn children. All I can do is give them the blood they will never get to bathe in. But I will be certain that the next generation that follows does not have untrustworthy souls to be their protectors. I do not refer to the dead former deputy. No, I refer to one I called friend, one who I told this very night I trusted. I will break that gypsy. I will strew his corpse along the cradles of my new children. I will bathe in his blood, his dirty, disgusting blood.
Yes, Victor. Yes. If it's not too much to ask, bring him here before you make him suffer. For once you tear him limb from limb, I can make him suffer, even as his body turns to ash, even if he is nothing more. You will suffer both in life, in unlife, and in death.
Do you need him in a one whole piece?
No. De-limb him if you need. I just need him alive.
Good. We must relocate somewhere else. I have a place in mind. After all, who would expect the hunter to go back to his old den after it has been rooted out?
Well, they probably won't expect that. I'm not too sure even how many people know about it.
Are you familiar with the catacombs?
I'm familiar with many, many catacombs in the city, Victor.
Look for the one adorned with a broken top hat. It was something I left behind by mistake. That is my old home. And my new one. I have a matter I must attend to. Will you be all right on your own?
I will most likely return to the tavern. That is my home.
Good. Do not die or be cast off, banished, whatever it is that happens to you. We have much more to do in this time.
Don't worry. Luckily for you, even if I am slain, because they do not know the ritual to fully bar me from this plane of existence, you will both still keep your powers, and I am easy to bring back.
And she pulls out these pages, just kind of from her side, and she hands them to Victor, and When you look at them, they seem to be some sort of summoning ritual. They look to be pages torn out of a book, and you see kind of the name that's written and scrawled almost in very beautiful penmanship, but definitely what looks like dried blood, and it says Maman to be the name.
Roll it up and tuck it in a side bag or something like that he has.
Now I must go. I have a gypsy to find.
I will be the tavern if you need me.
Nods and exits to let this place burn to the ground. The awful memories it now represents.
And the prison slowly burns. The bodies, both of the Templars inside and the would-be gargoyles, slowly being consumed by the flames. And from there... Moses, what are you doing at the moment?
Moses is leaning into Sir Umber telling him something. And then he kind of walks down the hall, leans against the wall, and kind of watches to see what Sir Umber will do.
Leander, right? The gypsy?
And he just stares at you.
He's talking to Leander. And I get his attention.
Man, I thought I was left in the room.
Yeah,
I thought you
yeah,
guys
we
were-
were in the hallway, Sim, so if you want to go back in there or whatever,
Oh, yeah. Well, he'll kind of call for him.
that's fine.
I guess after a moment I'll get up. I was laying down on one of the non-broken couches or something. Yes.
Scene switch.
I've been asked to tell you that the Sheriff Moses would like to speak to you later. He's not going to have time tonight, and I am to escort you out. So if you would kindly start walking towards the door.
Is that so? He seemed to, what is the cause of the change? He seemed to have time earlier. He mentioned so. If I wait here, he would speak with me, no?
I don't think I could question my sheriff. He just tells me what to do. As he was leaving, maybe he had the thought that he had some other stuff to do. I don't know. He seems kind of upset. I don't know how to read him yet. I just started on his employee, really.
Yeah, so I heard. You two met yesterday, is that right?
This is true.
And, if you do not mind me asking, how did that come to be?
Oh, we all met at the kind of the same time. Same day I met him, I met you.
I'm talking about the arrangement.
Oh, well, I showed up to this place looking for Gabriel, and he just happened to become sheriff, needed a deputy, and I was just in the right place at the right time.
Is that so? Just, one moment. I gotta do a roll real quick, sorry.
So just the two of you are kind of walking in the hallway, yes?
Yes.
I got two.
Mm-hmm. Oh, get to reroll that 10 sim.
So I just roll the 1d10.
Yep. Great. So, Sim, let me know when you're doing your thing. I will say Ty goes to Defender.
Alright, persisting that he goes, after we were doing the conversation. But yes, the arrangement was, that I'd become his deputy. And now again, asked for his privacy, he says you can come back at the next night, because it's getting kind of early now.
Yes, I suppose I could do that, but, I had heard that you were out of a job? Were you not his prior deputy? Former?
No, I don't think so, not that I know of. He does have another fellow that walks around these halls. Haven't seen him.
I see he had mentioned that to me before he left, when you had, mysteriously gone missing.
No. My ears tended to shy out the conversations that may get me in bigger trouble than I want to be in that time. So I kind of just locked out the room. Some stuff is better enough to unheard, so to speak. Don't you agree?
I believe it is better to know more than less. Information is a power, don't you agree?
Oh, it is, but not when you, are having conversations about demons and stuff. I'd rather not. That's, gonna get you in bigger trouble than what I need to be in.
Trouble with who, though?
Oh, well, with whoever would be against. Again, I am just taking a deputy position spot. I don't make alliances with one side or the other. I just do my job. And as, I guess his former deputy is not here to be the house man, he asked me to do so. Guess he has to talk to some people somewhere. Perhaps talk, and he'll hold up a little, hand up, I don't know. Whatever he wants to do, talk, eat them, I don't know. Again, not my thing to ask. I just follow the orders I'm given.
Okay. Well, I just need one moment. Want to write something. I'll leave him a letter.
Okay. Right away.
I'm gonna go back in that room, maybe look for some papers. I'm gonna write one.
You definitely have paper.
Oh yeah.
There's lots of paper everywhere. It's kind of scattered throughout. You don't have any academics, so I don't think you can actually write. You can draw pictures.
Would you like me to write your message for you?
No. Are there any maps?
He's gonna draw some pictures.
Stick figure.
Any maps?
Maps?
No,
Yeah.
maps around.
Sorry?
What?
There's maps.
Right, do I at least know how to write my name, or...
No.
Make your mark.
You can write symbols. You can put your thumbprint or something, or...
You look confused? Do you need some help?
No, do not worry, my friend. I'm gonna take off one of my big old loopy earrings and put an X somewhere on the map where I plan to be sleeping tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope you'll get the gist of it.
Don't worry, even if you could write, I couldn't read it.
I don't have to read it to read it to him. Would you like to know what he says, my lord?
Oh, shoot.
I remember
I
that
don't have any
conversation
either.
with that book. The book was with that. Remember
Yeah.
that the conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah, you leave the earring and you leave the X.
Okay, I'll stop. But I just thought it was hilarious. 3 out of the 4 people here can't read. 70. It's period centric. It makes
Well,
perfect sense.
it's still not as bad as a Song of Ice and Fire game I ran with Bo and Raven, and they were trying to depict, like, they're trying to read like a number on a crate, and none of them could read. It was. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay.
Woo, okay.
My eyes watering.
I am sure. I am sure he will know what that means. I
Excellent.
will
Excellent.
get out of your hair now.
Appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you later. And he'll kind of step aside with his arms pointing down the hallway. I'll come shut the door behind you.
Right.
You got to make sure there's no prying eyes. I'm supposing there's events going on above my head that I don't know about. So I'm supposed to make sure the door is secure.
I'm just gonna take my
What'd you say?
take my leave.
Okay. And, uh-oh. Hang on.
All right. So,
So Leander's leaving, is that correct?
yeah, Leander's on his way out.
And do I see
but
this?
I whispered you. Yeah, he's on his way out. If you want, Moses, you can make me a alertness plus perception roll as well, difficulty 7.
I've run this like 100 times and it's been terrible each time.
Okay. Nope. Demi though.
You saying I noticed that? Like, at what point do I notice that?
Right now.
Like mid-swing, mid-pull?
No, you notice basically he pulls out a sword, and as you're leaving.
How close am I to him right now?
I'd say about 5 feet away, so you're within stabbing distance.
I'm gonna take a step back. I have this stolen dagger I have, or knife, I believe. Stolen.
From Lord Louis.
What seems to be the cause, my friend? I'm sort of like brandishing it. Are we comparing metal?
What comparing sizes apparently. But I do it kindly if you lower the weapon. Appears that someone's intuitions were correct. You are here for false purposes. I am to apprehend you.
What is it, what allegations are you making?
I can't answer that. That is for somebody else to answer for you. I am just here to make sure that you are disarmed, secured.
Well, I came in here with no ill intent, and you pull a weapon on me. I do not believe it would be in my best interest to lower my weapon. Why don't we a show of faith, yes? We can be civil about these.
The show of face is exercising the authority of the deputy.
You simply could have told me I was under arrest. No need to brandish a weapon.
There's people react differently when they're told they're in trouble. I don't know how you're gonna react, so I'm ready.
Obviously, I react much worse when a weapon is pulled.
Well, now you could lower your weapon, and I can point my sword at you.
We are well beyond the point of me trusting you.
Okay, well I guess we have what we call here a standoff.
Yeah.
How do I roll initiative?
I think it's Dex plus alertness, if I'm correct. Initiative.
There's an initiative button on your token.
I got exploding dice and skill roll.
Yeah, I don't have that shit.
Oh shoot! I clicked the wrong button. My bad. How do you know? What? Oh. How do you have an initiative button?
How do I have one?
Yeah, no. I'm confused.
I don't know. I probably made it for myself, honestly.
What's the roll then?
I'm pretty sure it's One sec. Let me just.
It's a D10 to start with, and then it adds certain
Here, I'll look and see what
things.
it is.
I believe it's.
Here, I'll
I'm
look.
trying to.
I'll
yeah,
look, hold on.
It might be
Yeah,
Dex
it's
Wits, yeah.
D10 plus Dex plus Wits plus Celerity.
If you
Yep.
want to
Minus
use celerity,
wound
but you
penalty.
get a blood.
Yep.
What is Dex plus what?
Wits plus Celerity if you have it.
Yes.
Yeah, celerity would be in your disciplines if you have it. Otherwise, it's just
Fast.
D10 plus your dex and plus wits, so the total amount of those. So, oh shit.
Yeah, I must have made it for myself. Sorry.
That's okay. No, I have the quick sheet kind of up, but it's like, oh, it doesn't actually.
And,
All right.
let's... No, fucking... Just put difficulty 0.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Wits plus Dex plus Celerity, which I don't think I have. Yeah, it's a discipline, so
No, that
And a
would not
D10.
be right. You roll a D10
Yeah.
plus.
Yeah, 1d10 plus whatever it is.
Yeah.
So you roll.
Wait,
You
you're-
basically roll
Oh.
You're rolling 10
got you, so I
dice.
1d10
so
plus
9
wits
plus
plus
8.
dex plus
Yeah.
celerity. Yeah.
So I got 17.
Oh my god.
Wits plus Dex. Let's see,
Wits
where's my
plus Dex.
Wits?
Because I got 4 in each, and yeah, I rolled a 9 for the
Where's my
first one.
Dex. I mean, where's my Wits? What's my Wits? What's Wits under? Skills,
Okay,
knowledge.
your wits is 2, and your dex is 2.
Alright, total
Your
4.
celerity is 0. Yeah, so 4 plus 1d10.
I got the D10 already rolled, and I guess I rolled a 5.
My bad.
So a total of 9.
What the-
Right? Is that right? No, that's successes. It's
No,
counting successes.
just,
Yeah, guys.
Just do slash.
Yeah, just
do
do
10.
roll 10 and then add your wits and dexterity
Mhm.
to it.
Oh, got you. So that'd be 4. So 5 plus 4.
No, you're rolling.
You roll a 1d10
Yeah.
and you add the amounts. You don't. You
It's
don't
not a
roll-
dice pool.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So my 2 in Dex and my 2 in Wits would be 4.
Oh.
So I'd add to that 5 that I
Yep,
rolled.
9.
Then yes.
Alright.
Oh man, Leander's fast.
Yeah, so gotta go fast. Leander, so you're noticing this thing, so it's your turn first. What are you doing?
Alright, are we on the first floor? How high up are we?
This is the first floor, so it's kind of like the entranceway because you were just about to exit.
So when we say exit, we're talking about the main gate, or are we talking about exit the room that we were talking in earlier?
You two were kind of walking in the halls, correct?
Yeah, I took them. I
And
took
then
them
I
to
went
the
back to the
parlor.
map,
I took
right?
them
I
to the
went back to the
parlor,
map.
but I didn't specify where the parlor was. So I guess that's up to you.
Well, yeah, I don't think 'cause we are in the halls, though.
I walked back to go, like, leave my mark and tell them where I was at, right?
Okay, so
So I
you
thought we
are
went back to-
in... My apologies. So you are in the parlor at the moment, and Moses is still watching. Oop, no, wrong one. Where are you? So, yep, so you're in the parlor. So you have to exit the parlor, run down a hallway, and then exit. So it's a bit of a distance, but there is a broken window from...
Yeah, we're in the first floor, that's what I was asking.
Yep, first floor.
Well then, I'm gonna sprint right for that broken window.
Alright. So you run for the broken window. It's still a bit far, so right now you're kind of at the edge of the broken window by the time you get there, just ready to jump out. Moses, he has quite a bit of a distance from you, Leander does. So it'd take a few turns, but you do have celerity to kind of get there. If you want to, or if you just want to watch.
I'm gonna whisper something to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
You want to pick one?
All
I have
right.
potence of 5.
Okay.
Brawl of 3.
So, yeah. So give me a strength plus brawl plus potence. Doing that right now on your turn. Sir Umber, you're focused specifically on Leander, correct?
That is affirmative.
All right. Right now, there's gonna be 2 rolls for you. Right now, I want you to roll me a perception plus alertness.
What's my
see.
difficulty?
Sorry, your difficulty is gonna be 7. Same thing with you. Oh my goodness. Difficulty 7, Sim. Reroll those 5s or those 10s. Oh, reroll that.
I'm still trying to find my perception. There it is.
8.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So perception plus alertness,
Mm-hmm.
difficulty 7.
Roll that 10. You're not gonna... Unless you're gonna roll 50 10s.
Womp.
Womp womp. So, you don't notice, Moses, actually, if you want to describe this, you are extremely successful at this. We're gonna roll soak afterwards, but,
Yeah.
go ahead, Moses.
Moses like screams out loud enough for anyone to hear nearby. What are you doing? And he runs and grabs Sir Umber basically by the back of his collar and the back of his pants, takes him overhead and just flings him out the window behind Leander.
Interesting.
And, Sir Umber, to soak, because you are falling and, I'm getting cascading down. Roll me, give me one moment, let me just see. Soak is,
I think it's stamina.
stamina plus fortitude. Difficulty 7.
Stamina plus fortitude.
I
So
don't know if you have any fortitude. You have 2, and then you have a stamina of 2.
stamina. Difficulty 7, you said?
Yes. Oh. So just because you are kind of doing non-lethal, just kind of throwing him out the window, you're doing half damage, but that is still, you're going to take 4 bashing damage as you kind of cascade to the ground. So right now you are hurt, so you are at -1. For all your checks.
Okay.
Basically, Moses has just hurled you out the window, and you have been cascaded to the ground. It's not very far, but the force that Moses kind of chucked you out did a lot to kind of damage you, bruise you, and maybe make you bleed kind of internally a bit. And it is your turn, Sir Umber.
Well, seeing that he just chucked me out the window, I am gonna go disappear somewhere in the shadows.
How are you disappearing into the shadows, Sir Umber?
Quickly hobbling away,
So you're running away, basically, right?
essentially.
Okay. So, the 2 of you, both Moses and Leander, you're seeing kind of your assailant, Leander, kind of hobbling away from you after Moses has defended you. And I think only Moses has celerity, correct?
I definitely do.
And you did burn a blood to take a celerity round, so you do have another turn right now, while the other 2 are very slow compared to you.
Yeah. Moses yells out to Leander, "This one, he is against us. Help me!" And he rushes over to Sir Umber and grabs hold of him, trying to kind of keep him in place.
Okay. So you're rushing over to kind of grab him. So that is gonna be a combat maneuver. Hold. So strength plus brawl.
Plus potence, I'm sure.
Because you're just grabbing and you're not punching.
Okay.
It would just be strength plus brawl.
Okay.
Difficulty 7. Doing no damage. Sir Umber. You are defending.
What is my difficulty? Did you say?
Oh, 7.
Okay.
And what do I defend
So
with?
you can either block, dodge, or parry. I'm trying to parry his arms. So blocking is Dex plus Brawl, dodging is Dex plus Athletics, and parrying is Dex plus Melee.
Oh, okay, so what, Dex plus Brawl, Melee, and what was the other one?
Sorry. Dex plus Brawl, Athletics, or Melee.
I'm trying to find my... I don't know what that stat is.
So Dex.
There it is. Either way, it's +2, so... I'll just try to do dodge. So it's 2 and 2.
Crappy, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And difficulty?
7.
None? Or is it compatible? Alright. None?
Easy.
So Ty is going to go to defender, so you, Sim. So you see Moses rushing in, trying to grab you.
He didn't. Oh, he had a 7. I see. Never mind.
Yes, so you tied. So he tries to grab you, but you dodge out of the way, if you want to tell me what it looks like.
Seeing him coming, he's just gonna sidestep as he tries to grab him. Don't know what you're doing.
Moses just yells, "Leander, help me!"
It's back to turn. Moses, do you want to spend another blood for celerity?
No.
All right. So... Alright, so you're not going to take an extra turn, so Leander, it is your turn now.
Where's his weapon now? Is he parried with the weapon still in his hand? Or,
Sorry, who's carrying a weapon?
wasn't...
Sir Umber?
Yeah.
Mine's on my
Yes,
belt.
he has a sword.
Oh, I want to try to disarm Sir Umber.
So, yeah, you jump out the window and you're attempting to disarm Sir Umber. Disarm. Dex plus melee. And then it's gonna be, again, difficulty 7. And if you want to try and dodge again, Sir Umber, you can. Again, difficulty 7. Yeah. So you do disarm him and you do a little bit of damage. So tell me what that looks like.
So I see that he was preoccupied trying to keep Moses off of him, so I jump off from my perch where I was ready to make my escape previously. Sort of go straight for his hand. I sort of twist it back, and I take his weapon from him, take a couple steps back, so it's out of his range. And I sort of just hold it outstretched, like pointing at him.
Yeah, so you've got his blade now, and Sir Umber, you're still at a -1.
Yep. So
So remember, you take 1 die off, whatever you're rolling.
that's right.
And Moses, it is your turn. There is now a disarmed Sir Umber in front of you, while Leander is backing you up.
Moses slowly draws his sword from his own scabbard, looking at Sir Umber. Now you shall tell me what you have been doing. Who have you been talking to? Why did you leave the room earlier? Tell me now or this will be your final death.
Oh,
And I would like to actually technically use manipulation if possible, or basically I'm
Yeah.
using I want to use essentially intimidation. So you tell me what stat I can use. but-
Manipulation plus intimidation.
Okay.
Ooh.
And I have
Um,
presence
at-
at 1 dot too. So.
So that doesn't really help because it's just awe.
Okay, that's
so
fine.
you'd be rolling all those dice.
So manipulation and
be
intimidation only then.
Sir Umber, because you're defending against this to try and not be scared.
We're talking
Um,
about 7 difficulty.
Yeah, 7. Give me, because you're trying to do charisma versus charisma, so give me a charisma plus give me empathy. Actually no, give me charisma plus leadership to try and overcome him. So you got 5 successes there, Moses.
Yes.
Difficulty 7 again, so.
And he has -1, right?
Yep, -1. So take off 1 die.
I am the sheriff now.
Oh,
Get on your knees!
Oh,
Get on your knees.
okay, Sir Umber, you are shaking like you've never felt this terrified before in your entire kindred life. Even, like, it's very comparable to when you were embraced and kind of that fear that you felt and slipping away that you almost felt of dying before coming back and kind of becoming this monstrosity that you are now. You feel that as Moses is speaking to you.
It seems you got me. He's on his knees, hands in the air. Well, the demon, of course. Although it was all for naught.
The demon.
Well,
What have you been telling the demon?
Oh, it was not the demon I was talking to. I've been trying to figure out what to do with this demon since we saw it. And I had the book. So I started to seek out those that could help me with the book. So I went to 2 places. I went to the Demir. And they weren't able to help me, and I was not willing to give them the book.
I am asking where you have been today, this night, when we were speaking in my parlor.
That's what I'm getting to. And then I went to the church to talk to the priest there, since they were following us. Figured they must know about this demon. And when I got there, there was a man there who I helped secure the release. It was Leander's man. And then I talked to the priest. He decided to be able to look at the book and give me a list of demons who it might be. So then, when I came to you, I saw Leander's man there as well. And I talked to you and went to the prison. And then when I went to the prison, Leander was there, and Victor was there, and I got the Victor, the gargoyle, and then there was the lady. And so I went to the church to report back that it was a lady to see if I could get it identified even more, but they were already gone. It seems Leander's man went and told them where the demon was. So I came back.
And why did you leave the room when we were speaking, and where did you go? This is what I am asking.
That's what I want, was the church. And to talk to him about the demon again. But that there was a nun.
I have a few questions of my own. Number 1, why did you try to kill me? And number 2, you keep speaking of this man. I suppose it's the one that you mentioned earlier.
Aye, that it is. And I was ordered to kill you.
By whom? Or who?
He let smirk. Yeah, you haven't figured that part out yet, huh? He's standing next to you, the sheriff.
I find it hard to believe that the man who just saved me from you is the one who wants me dead.
So, right as you kind of say that, on the horizon you hear this kind of flapping of wings, and you see this kind of small figure get larger and larger as it comes forward, and as you look over, it looks to be Victor flying in. And Victor, I'll let you take it away, maybe your demeanor.
Yeah, so it's a furious beating of wings coming over the horizon, and it appears to be coming towards the group at first, but then it begins to home in on a singular figure. And as it's coming close to the ground, just hear cry out, "Betrayer! Slime! Filth!" And just flies directly at Leander, trying to smash him to the ground.
Okay, make me a strength plus brawl plus potence check. Leander, dex plus either dex plus either brawl, athletics, or probably can't parry, so either brawl or athletics.
They're both 0.
Okay.
I do have a fortitude if it's applicable here. I don't know.
42. Oh yeah.
No,
No,
fortitude might apply in a minute.
It'll apply in soak, yes, but not right now.
What's
It's 7.
difficulty?
Difficulty 7 for both of you. Oh yes. So Victor, you do hit Leander. Tell me how that looks.
It's just it comes in just a hard tackle to the ground. Actually, was what I was going for there. Just a hard tackle to the ground, and I think that might have been a higher difficulty for tackling.
Just tackling. It's still gonna be 7, but it might not be as much damage since you're just kind of.
I don't know that it's.
It would just
I
be
don't know
strength
it's
plus
damage.
brawl.
Yeah.
It would just be strength plus 1 damage. So what is your strength? Isn't just 4, 5?
That is 4.
All right.
I smash him to the ground, tackle.
And Leander, give me a soak. That's going to be stamina plus fortitude plus armor. But I think you just have stamina and fortitude.
So I just roll 5 and then...
Yes. Difficulty 7. So you soak 2 of that, so you take 2 damage. Everybody else, give me a alertness plus perception roll, difficulty 8.
Real quick, this is the first time I've taken damage. Where do I mark this? Maybe on my health.
Go into your sheet. So your health is about 12. Okay. I clicked the wrong dude. Victor, you should be fairly healed by now. Let's check your sheet. All those X's are damage or not.
Oh, I thought that was how you're supposed to fill it up for how many blood pools you have.
Oh, that works too.
No, it's under health. You would get a slash for a bashing damage, right? In the first one or something, I think.
So, you take... So, that little blood pool under willpower, so just mark off 2.
Gotcha.
Oh my gosh, reroll those 2, sir. And yeah, the rest of you again.
You want me to roll again or just...
Oh, you're good. It's just, Victor and Sir Umber need to roll me... Or sorry, Victor and Leander need to roll me perception checks. So perception plus alertness. Difficulty 8.
After getting my shit tackled in, like a crater in the ground.
Whew. And reroll that 10. Alright, let me just whisper you something. So Leander, you would have saw that.
Yeah. A bit preoccupied at the moment though.
Alright. That's no problem. So we can continue on with that. So you are pinned under Victor right now.
My friend, what's the meaning of this?
You do not call me friend. Why did you do it? What cause would you have to wound me this way? Prison, my children, burned, gone, and your name on the lips of the priesthood. Why?
I have no idea what you are talking about, but that one, and I say, motioning, or if I can even motion to Sir Umber, has just tried to kill me. Apparently he is a traitor.
No.
Yeah, the right.
I did order him to kill you because I have found out what the Beastman has found out. You have betrayed him.
I know not what you talk about.
I will attempt to see if Leander seems sincere.
Alright, Leander. Whether you're lying or not, not sure if you are, who knows. If you're not lying, give me a charisma plus expression. If you're not lying. If you are lying, give me a manipulation plus expression. And Victor, if you're trying to tell if he's lying or not, I would like you to give me a perception plus expression. Or actually plus empathy.
No, what's the difficulty?
Difficulty 7 for both of you. Alright, so Leander, Victor can see right through you, so...
Good thing I
Are you
wasn't lying. I would have had like fucking 8 more dice if I was lying.
So you're not lying. So Victor, you can tell that Leander is not lying in what he's saying to you. He's very sincere.
Yeah, and it's the rage initially, just, hand on his throat and looking into his eyes and to see the fear there, but also the truth. And
Who was it that went to the church? You said the perfumed one?
Sorry, is that addressed at me?
Yeah, I was
Yes.
just, yeah.
You said... I don't think I mentioned anything about the church.
oh, whoops! I thought I had said something. Awesome.
It's okay.
I'll redo.
So if not you, Then who would?
My friend, I do not know, but the only thing I can confirm is that that one tried to kill me. And now he sneaks away.
And Sir Umber's actually, by the time you get to that point, is Leander is already gone.
I did not know anything about an attack on our home.
It is where I see truth, but I know when I see it.
He stands up and grabs Leander by the wrist and yanks him up.
My mistake. But one must be held accountable for this. And why did you order the killing of my man?
Because of what my deputy had said. He told me that Leander had been spreading rumors about you.
I know he is not a liar.
I look back at Leander and point to him.
He is no liar. Your deputy speaks falsehoods.
Then we should find him and end him.
I will find him and end him. Your indiscretion with that fool created this issue.
Apologies. I let this position go to my head perhaps, and should have done my own bidding instead of sending others to do it.
I see you are earnest, but there is no measure of apologies you could ever offer me for what has been taken. All that I ask now of you, brother, is to leave the search for this fool to me. I will reap his soul. I will feel his perfumed flesh splatter against my skin, and I will mount his head along my walls.
My friend, your rage is justified, no doubt, but I wish to question him. He seems to be causing me quite a bit of trouble.
When we catch him, you can have your questions. A few, but my fury will not rest long.
That is all I ask.
Beastman, where may I find you, so I might help, if possible?
I will send for you. It is difficult to know who I can trust anymore.
Begins to walk away.
He nods and looks at Leander and kind of places his own sword back in the scabbard. Apologies.
Yes, well, I'm sort of brushing myself off. I suppose my business with you should be postponed to a better time. I'm not gonna follow after Victor.
Of course. He just kind of watches them leave.
And the camera kind of pans to Sir Umber kind of scrambling and running, though injured, back to what looks to be where the original gather site was. And there's a few people around. It is Elysium here. And Sir Umber, you see both Seneschal Dupuis and Prince Geoffrey du Temple conversing in the corner. And as you come in, Prince Geoffrey kind of gives you a little bit of a wave before resuming his conversation with Seneschal Dupuis.
He will wait to be addressed.
You kind of walk up and kind of wait, and Seneschal Dupuis kind of gives you a bit of a nod and smiles slightly at you, and Geoffrey du Temple gives you a nod as well. Sir William Umber, it is nice to see you. Of course, He kind of offers you a little bit of a bow, not too low, but just more in respect than anything to another venture.
It is, and he'll bow lower. I'm here to bring a report.
And he gives you a bit of a look up and down, and you look very hurt this evening, Mr. Umber. What is wrong?
It seems I have uncovered a horrible nest.
A nest? What is this nest?
It seems that someone has summoned a demon. And there's some people in league with the demon to take out the Tamir.
We knew that there was a demon within the city. That is why Sheriff Moses is on it at the moment. Who is in league with it?
He's on it, alright. Threw me out the window, he did. I feel he's on league with the gargoyle and the one called Leander.
Viktor and the Drapnos. Correct? I know it is very bruja to maybe chuck other venture out the window, but where are you getting these claims? These are very serious accusations, Sir Umber.
Witnessed it myself. Moses, the one that threw me out the window after I told him about seeking information about the demon. And then they held me at sword point to confess of what I have done with seeking out the information. The demon is there's more followers in the prison. Someone else has informed the Templars about the demon being in the prison. And they went there before I can figured out what was going on.
Templars, demons. This is very concerning. Thank you very much, Sir Umber, for bringing this to our attention. We will very much mount up some sort of regimen against this demon. Maybe see if the Tremere will come back and let us know. Maybe if they know anything about demons or anything like that. The prince looks extremely concerned at this point. He's not really used to this sort of troubles happening at all. It's only been 10 years since he's been in power, and nothing like this has ever happened to him, so he's looking very worried, very concerned.
Now I feel I'm being hunted.
We'll make sure you're under protection there, and we will go straight to Moses to figure this out. We will bring a contingent. We will investigate this thoroughly, Sir Umber. Just know if your claims are false, because this is a member of the court, it will be taken very seriously. Of course you understand, yes?
This is true. If I didn't think my suspicions were correct, and I wouldn't even came here, because I would have been making my way away from everybody. But I trust the court would figure out what's going on. However, there is members of the church that know.
You interact with the church.
I didn't know about this demon. Who better know about the demon than the church?
But you did not inform us right away.
The events moved fast, and then I'll reach inside and grab his book. This book, I can read it, but I don't understand it. This was in the prison at Victor's old, or I don't know what the Templars have produced there, but this book was there. I managed to grab it.
And Seneschal Dupuy looks very sternly at you, arms crossed. We
I've
will
been-
have to take you in for further questionings, Sir Umber.
I'm here. I also requested an audience before I went to the church with the Tamir. I talked to the... I can't really remember his name offhand, but I talked to Lord Louis. He was going to give me more information about the book because I wouldn't give it to him. So I requested an audience.
We will, and Prince kind of speaks to you, we will make sure that you get this audience with the Dormere. But for now, please come into the back room. We will make sure you are safe. Maybe ask a few more questions of you.
No,
The Prince extends a hand.
that is not a problem.
And
Maybe.
the three of you kind of go into the back room there. And the camera pans back over to Moses' office here. With Moses kind of, sitting. Looks like he's waiting for something.
Moses is sitting in his favorite chair, looking at the other chairs that are wrecked, and he's got a very dour look on his face. Ugh. Such a miss. He goes over to the decanter and pours himself a glass of blood.
And as you pour yourself the large glass of blood, you can hear a banging at the door, very loud.
Oh, I must get another butler. And he walks to the hallway and opens the door. Yes?
In the hallway, you're surprised to see it's actually Henry who comes up, your retainer,
Oh,
who looks fairly out of breath. Hello, Master.
yes. Where were you? I needed you to open doors earlier.
I apologize. I let the church know about the demon. I told about so it's fanning himself. About Leander being the one who told them. It's all done for you.
For me? Didn't...
Yes, you.
I did not tell you to do such a thing.
But I remember you telling me to do such a thing, and looks very incredulous at you and just looks very shocked.
You must have been mistaken, or someone must have tricked you.
Kind of stares at you for a moment and yes, of course, someone must have tricked me. And you can hear him fan himself.
I will need to
I
hire
apologize.
someone to open my doors now.
I can find someone to open your doors there. It is no problem.
He
He's
uses his celerity, speeds over to Henry, and jerks his head back and begins to feed until there is no blood left.
You completely drain Henry. He's just... It looks like he's in basically complete ecstasy as you slowly drain him. And as he kind of crumples in your hands and just kind of falls to the floor if you let him go.
Yeah, he just...
In the distance, you see approaching your estate, the front door, you see kind of a small contingent of what looks like court kindred coming towards you.
Yeah. He just looks out the broken window and just sits there. And he wipes the blood off of his face very carefully and makes sure it's not on his face any longer.
And with that, the screen fades to black. And that is the end of this episode of Dark Ages. Oh my god!